So, Sorority Row is probably one of the dumbest horror movies I've ever seen, and I really don't say that lightly. I've seen lots of dumb horror movies. It's definitely not the dumbest, honestly, but one of top 10 probably, maybe top 5. It is a remake of the 1983 horror movie House on Sorority Row, which is a movie about, girls in a sorority accidentally kill someone during a prank. This one, I don't really remember how it happens in the original, but it definitely feels more like an accident, I think, from what I can remember. This one really doesn't feel like an accident, and the setup is just way too unbelievable. And this movie just like sexualizes women a lot. Like, there's a girl with her fucking ass out wearing pajamas with her butt flap open, bouncing up and down, and we see her for a few shots. It's just a lot of sexualization in this movie. Not a huge fan of that. Um, the four main characters all pretty much survive most of the movie. Like, one of the people that does the prank dies early on. The rest of them die when the movie's got like 20 minutes left. They give this girl, her personality trait is that she drinks a lot, even though pretty much everybody in the movie drinks, and we really don't see her drink that much. So don't know why, but she's called Chugs, which ironically enough, they have a guy doing like a chugging thing. That would have been perfect for her to have that scene doing it, but they just give it to a guy. Why? So I guess I'll talk about the fucking so-called prank they do. Apparently, this guy cheated on his girlfriend. So to get back at him, they give him pills that they say are roofies, and he does it and then goes and tries to have sex with the girl he cheated on. But they're actually vitamin D pills or something, and she's going to pretend to overdose and uses fake vomit. And they take her out in the middle of nowhere, and they talk about how they're going to kill her. They're going to get some sharp rocks, fucking cut up her body, and then dump her into the well. Little do they know, the fucking dude that thinks she actually is dead, because he's not in on their prank, obviously, takes a tire iron to her throat. Pretty solid kill. Pretty, uh, it's, you can foresee it. You can tell that that's what he's gonna do. He's the only one that doesn't think she's, he's the only one that doesn't think that she's alive. He thinks she's dead. They just said to cut up her body and make sure she's dead. So, it's not very surprising. He just gave me the vibe that he was going to do it. Now, the weird part of this movie is they downplay his actions throughout the entire movie. They act like it was the women that did it. Like, yeah, what they're doing is bad. They covered up someone being killed and they threw her body down a well. But not a single one of them killed her. He took a tire iron to her throat and killed her. Yet, the whole movie talks about how we killed her, we killed her, we killed her. And they downplay what he did. They even call him a pussy and say that he's too much of a pussy to kill people. When the whole reason this big thing happened was because he killed somebody. It makes no fucking sense. This movie also tries to put the blame on so many different characters that really just aren't that important to the movie. Like I said, even though they are downplaying Garrett's involvement in the prank and the fact that he literally killed somebody, they do like say several times that he might be a suspect. Like, they're trying to make you think he might be a suspect. They also introduce uh, a sister of the girl that died, and they say she's creepy, and then she disappears from the movie. She shows up in like the maybe last 20, 30 minutes of the movie to somewhat be a suspect again because they're told to go to a certain location and then they bump into her on the way. So they're clearly trying to make you think she might be the killer too. The movie tries to make you think it's this rapist, Mikey, who is dating one of the girls. It's not him. What do you know? It's the main character's boyfriend. Literally a fucking trope at this point that it's the main character's boyfriend. And, he really doesn't do that much in the movie. He's not in it all that much. Every time they talk about him, they talk about how he's the perfect boyfriend. You just know he's going to be the killer. My only compliment to this movie is the fact that the tire iron being used as something to kill people with, and it's pretty fucking cool. It's pretty cool. Some of the kills in this movie are pretty solid. I will say, though they do like somewhat try and justify it later, he's supposedly only killing people that know about the prank to protect his girlfriend. Yet he kills like some freshman or something. What did she have to do with it? She was like secretly taking a shower where she wasn't supposed to be. She wasn't involved in this at all. Maybe you could justify it if they had been talking about the murders in the bathroom and she overheard it. So now she's a witness. But no, it's just like to beefing up the body count. It's strange. He's pretty corny villain. And he dies. So it's whatever. The movie just is not very good. I remember not being a huge fan of the original, but it's a solid movie. I feel like this movie, the only thing it has going for it is the kills and the fact that it's a unique weapon. It's not just a machete or a gun like typical horror movie killers. They actually tried to give him something to make him different from other killers, like the fisherman's hook from I Know What You Did Last Summer. So yeah, I mean, it's not the worst movie I've ever seen, but they did not do a very good job throwing your suspicion off the boyfriend because it's basically a whodunit. They just try and put suspicion on people who are barely in the movie, who just don't seem like they're going to be the killer, when the person that ends up being the killer is someone who's also barely in the movie. uh, just and then the fucking one of the girls randomly says the R slur in the movie too, and she dies later in the movie. So cool, I guess. Carrie Fisher is also here from, most famously from Star Wars. I personally think that the only thing I've seen her in is Scream 3. But she does fine here. She doesn't get to do much either. She's another one of the characters that is in like one or two scenes, shows up for near the end of the movie, and then dies. That's a lot of the characters, honestly. It's a very lazily done script.